Texas Senator Ted Cruz says every mass shooting is the result of mental health issues, unresolved mental health issues. Ted Cruz says that because he takes more money from gun lobbyists than any other lawmaker in Washington. He is telling us not to demonize the gun manufacturers. Ted Cruz instead tells us demonize the mentally ill. Demonize the mentally ill so he can help his sugar daddies sell more assault weapons. I don't need to remind my listeners that this year Ted Cruz has had to deal with a genuine mental illness crisis in his own family. Even Ted Cruz deserves his privacy, so I'll leave it at that. I wish his family much healing. But considering what Ted Cruz as a father is going through right now, he should be the last person in America stigmatizing mental illness by making it synonymous with gun violence. Gun violence is not a symptom of untreated mental illness. It is a symptom of easy access to guns, period. In fact, those of us suffering from mental illness are more likely to be the victims rather than the perpetrators of gun violence. According to a recent article in the Journal of American Medicine, Americans suffering from SMI, that would be severe mental illness, SMI, Americans suffering from severe mental illness are 11 times more likely to be the victims of violent crime than the general population, with nearly a quarter of Americans who suffer from severe mental illness reporting that they have been physically assaulted. Now, why is that? Because the severely mentally ill here in America have trouble finding work, they've been stigmatized, they have trouble finding housing, and way too many end up living on the streets or in communities where they are more vulnerable to violent assault. What Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, pretends not to understand is that severe mental illness is chronic and can't really be cured. It must be treated over a lifetime, and that requires easy access to medicine and talk therapy. But in America, mental health treatment is for profit, especially in Greg Abbott's Texas, which means mental health treatment is unavailable to those who can't afford it, which is practically everybody. For those with what is considered good health insurance, here in America, even with good health insurance, it is next to impossible finding a psychologist or a psychiatrist in your network. Most mental health professionals reject the insanity of our health insurance system. They refuse to wait for health insurance companies to reimburse them. That's why most mental health patients go out of pocket with the hope of one day having their insurance company get around to paying them back. That's how it works here in America. Mental health is like dental. Only the truly privileged are entitled to a cleaning. The severely mentally ill, they have nobody to talk to. But every television show, every politician says, if you or someone you know is struggling with an eating disorder or suicidal thoughts, call the number on the screen. Have you ever called the number on the screen? Hey, I have a gambling problem, so I called the number on the screen. Can you please send a psychologist over to my home immediately? Oh, you can't? You don't have psychologists who make house calls? Well, can you make an appointment for me at a nearby clinic that treats gambling addiction? And oh, by the way, make sure it doesn't cost me anything because I have a gambling problem. I have no money.